Cool, so I found this Reddit post asking about a Snoop Dogg echo effect on one of his music videos. The song in question is Sensual Seduction. So there's this clip right here where there's a colorful echo that changes colors as it expands. So I will go over how to create this effect without any plugins. Let's get started. First, I found this video of a dancing man on YouTube on green. So I downloaded this footage and put it in the project. Make a comp. The footage is 25 frames a second, but I'm gonna put it to 24 because it's more common for the American. It's a more common American frame rate. We have the dancing man. Cool. Now I will add the key light effect. Key on the screen. Let's see if I go to screen mat and clip the white. Results. Source. So as you can see, he is keyed out. Cool. So now I will have to export this as an image sequence. I'm going to keep it, say, 7 seconds. N to close the preview range, trim comp to work area. Composite, add to render queue. I'm going to click high quality and this window will pop up. I will switch it to PNG sequence. Under video output channels, I will select RGB and alpha, press OK. I'm going to rename the comp into source footage. So now when I export it, it's going to create a folder called source footage / the file, an image sequence. This number sequence right here means that it'll number the frame based on whatever frame it's on in the timeline. So if it's frame 1, it'll number it 0001. Frame 2, 0002. And that's what we want. So, oh yeah, I want to save it. Images. I already have a test here, but I'm going to save a new one just for this tutorial purposes. Great. Now I will go to images, create my image folder, create another folder called image sequence. Control I, import. We'll go to my folder. Export it. Image sequence. So I have here. I select all and make sure PNG sequence and create composition are checked off. They're not checked on. So after that, I click import. Great. I have that all there. I'm going to click and drag into this little comp icon. Create a new composition, single composition, and I'll make the comp, since I exported 7 seconds, I'll make the comp 7 seconds. Great. As you see here, I have every frame here of the dancing man. Now I did this. I threw this in here in the incorrect order because I have the first frame on top when the first frame is supposed to be in the back, because it's the first one to scale in and animate in. So I'm going to delete this. And this happened because by default it's selected from the first frame to the last. I'm supposed to select it from the last to the first, and then drag it in, and it should be in the reverse order. Great. See, I have the last frame in front and the first frame in the back. So I'm going to solo this. Now I'm going to, let's look at the reference video. It doesn't look like it's creating, it's expanding and echoing in every frame. It looks like maybe every 3 frames or 4 frames. It's pretty fast. I'm going to do every 4 frames. So I'm going to delete these 3, 4. Let's see, control. I'm going to control and select every 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Cool, so I'm going to start doing this, and I will probably speed up the video so you don't have to see me do every single layer. Cool. So that is done. Now I will apply a fill effect. Looks like it starts with red and goes out to green. So I'm going to apply fill red, then another effect called hue and saturation. Keyframe the channel range, and as you can see here, it goes from red to yellow to green, just like in the video, red, yellow to green. So it's right there, and then I will go to, I guess, second one. Right there. Cool. Now I'll open up the scale property. Keyframe here on scale. And go to second 2. Scale this up. See how that plays. Cool. It plays very well. Now I will. So I have one of them done. It looks like there's a couple here, so I'm gonna have to copy and paste these effects and keyframes onto every single layer on top. Again, I'm probably gonna speed up this part of the footage, but I'm gonna do a couple before I speed it up. So copy these 2 effects, selected them 2, Control V, Control V. Note, when you're pasting these effects, make sure you're on the very first frame, because if you look here, when I paste it, it pastes the keyframes wherever, the first keyframe wherever I'm starting in the timeline. So let's say I paste it here, you'll see the keyframes change, and now it's pasting here. You don't want it to start in later. You want them all to start in at the same time, and we will be offsetting them later. It's just easier to do this way. Cool, so that's all of them. Now I'm going to paste the scale keyframes. So for scale, I have to select these 2, Control copy, and again, start in the very beginning of the timeline when you're pasting. So paste it to all the layers, just like I did the effects. Cool. Alright, so now I will select all these layers and cut them right here, alt right bracket. So cut the layer length, and now these are every 4 frames. So I have to check here on the number 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to go by I have to go by 4s down the timeline, and then move the layer to that point, the designated layer to that point. So this is frame 8, so it should be on frame 8 on the timeline, and I have to do that for all layers. Cool. So now let's unsolo this first layer, and we should be getting an effect. Looks like it's scaling pretty fast. Okay, I just want to see what it looks like underneath this footage. So I'm going to rename this comp as footage echo. So I'm going to put this in other comps. The echo here. It's going a little fast, so what I'm going to do is bring these all to the beginning again. Press S for scale, and I'm going to select all of the final keyframes, extended by 1.5 seconds, and then once again move these in increments of 4. 2, 3, 4. Cool. Let's go back here. Yep, there we go. If you really want to make it look like the Snoop Dogg one, you probably want to desaturate the echo. So huge saturation effect. Saturate it a bit. There we go, you got the Snoop Dogg echo effect. Cool, so thank you for watching, and if you want to see more of this content, or if you like this video and want to support the page, just like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.